Hey, this is Doug Stannard with Fearless Presentations, the fastest, easiest way to eliminate public speaking fear. On this video, we're going to talk about the train the trainer model. What is this thing and how is it really supposed to work? And the simple definition of what the train the trainer model is basically where subject matter experts are being asked to train the next generation of subject matter expert. That's kind of the easiest way to do it. There are some specific challenges with this though, and if you do it really, really well, you can save your company and your organization a lot of time and a lot of trouble. If you do it poorly though, it can really backfire on you. So on this video series, we're going to talk about some of the things that you can really do to improve the effectiveness of your train the trainer model. So let me give you a couple of examples of the model and just in easy, normal day-to-day operations. The very first job that I had, for real job anyway, where I actually got a paycheck was working at a fast food place in the mall. And so when I was probably 16 years old, got my first job in the fast food place. It was making chicken. And so they didn't put me on the cash register at the very beginning of my tenure there, though. They put me in the back, actually breading chicken and squeezing lemons for lemonade, stuff like that. So when I went to the back to kind of learn that process, though, it wasn't the owner of the company who was teaching me how to do that, and it wasn't the manager that was on duty that was teaching me to do that. It was basically a kid that was probably 6 months older than I was that was teaching me that process. The reason why he was teaching me was because he was one of these subject matter experts because he had been doing that for the last 6 months. And so because he knew that really well, he could take me through that simple step-by-step process. And that's really kind of all we're talking about with the train the trainer process. It's making it to where we don't necessarily have to have a formal trainer to teach subject matter experts to become subject matter experts. A better example of this, by the way, a more formalized example, is when I learned to be an instructor trainer. So when I first started to learn how to become a public speaking coach, I went through a real step-by-step process. It took about 3 years. It was a 3-year training process. And during that 3 years, the training program that I was learning to teach, my mentor kind of took me through that process step by step. Every single module that was in that class, she helped me dissect each component down and master each component part. And I just kind of took it in a step-by-step fashion. And it took some time to be able to do that. But because that was more formal, it made it to where the information that I was receiving, I retained it over a longer period of time. So it made it a whole lot easier for me to become that next generation of subject matter experts. So both of those different concepts or examples are versions of the train the trainer model. And so you can be as informal or as formal as you want to be in this process. But if you cover the specific steps I'm going to follow in the next few videos, I think you'll get a much, much, much better result. So on the next couple of videos, I'm going to show you the steps that I go through when I create a train the trainer process, and hopefully they'll be helpful for you as well.